Year one for Fury FC is in the books, and we're reviewing the season with head coach Marc Dos Santos. Marc, your team had 0 wins, 2 draws, and 4 losses inside the first 6 games of the fall season. Can you pinpoint to what might have led to that drop in form to start the first 6 games?
Yeah, again, I think some players felt the 5 weeks break was. It could be good to recover injuries, could be bad for rhythm. But there's no excuse, you know. We felt there was games that we tied, we should have won. There was games that we lost that we could have at least gotten a point. But it was a bad spell. It was a negative moment in the squad, and it was the most difficult stretch of the season for us. But again, you know, we looked at some injuries there. We looked at confidence when you lose 2 games in a row. And we also look at the 5 weeks that maybe we should have prepared better.
Talk about the much anticipated first game at TD Place in front of a modern day NASL record crowd of 14,500 plus, and what that meant for you personally as well as your players.
It was incredible. For me, it was special personally because you look at the stadium, you look at the fans, you look at the amount of people in the stadium, and you say, wow, and we weren't even existent 10 months ago. And you say it's not even been a year, and already people like that interested in our team. Now, when we look at all of that, and you're in the game, you feel blessed, you know, to be in such a moment and with such an opportunity. That game was very important for us.
Talk about some of the new additions to your squad for the fall season. You picked up Ryan Richter on loan from Toronto FC, and then probably your biggest signing was goalkeeper Romuald Pezer, who will also remain with the club next season.
The 3 players that were added to the squad, O'Brien Woodbine, Ryan Richter, and Romuald Pezer, all brought something important in different ways, but all brought something in the locker room, all brought something in the training pitch to help the squad perform, to help the squad win, and to help the squad get more points. That was very important for us. You know, Romuald brought a different kind of leadership, and Romuald brought a lot of maturity and hard work in training. Ryan Richter brought a positive energy. He brought a lot of athleticism to our team also, like did O'Brien Woodbine. So I think those additions all helped the team perform better.
Midway through the fall season, your team found a strong level of consistent play, winning 4 games, 3 draws, and 2 losses. And with great success on the road, it gave your team an outside shot at the postseason. What was going right with the team at that time that allowed them to get into the conversation of the postseason?
We were very humble. That's what makes our team win, you know. And I come back to the game we did this past weekend in Fort Lauderdale, that I think if Mauro doesn't get sent off, we win the game easily. A game that we were controlling until the red card happened. And we were humble, you know. I think that our problem is when we go out there and we think that we're better than the opponent, and we play in a way that sometimes maybe we think we're Barcelona, and it doesn't help us. And when we think about, you know, we haven't won anything in the league. We're a new team, so we had to be humbled a little bit this season. And I think that every time we went on the field humbled and knowing that the opponent could hurt us, and if we do every little thing right, we have a huge chance of winning, well, that's when we had success.
How big was that first win at TD Place for your side?
Huge. It was like a ghost, you know, always in our backyard or in our locker room, and we just wanted to get. It was a huge pressure that just came off our shoulders because we had won home before. You know, we beat Carolina home, we beat Edmonton home, but we felt that Carleton was home/away. You know, it was like halfway. And we needed to have that win at TD Place. And I think that we knew that our chances of beating Atlanta home were very high. And I think it's a game that we dominated from start to finish. And there's no doubt we deserved the 3 points there.
After a tough loss in New York that eliminated your squad from a chance in the postseason, there was definitely a dip in the team's form. How hard is it to keep a team or players motivated when you know that there isn't a chance at the postseason?
Yeah, if we tie in New York, never Indy and Edmonton wins here. No chance they have to win here. But that loss at the 93rd minute in New York, that officially knocked us out of the playoff, brought us home with like a dream that had disappeared. And mentally, those 2 weeks were very difficult for us. Very, very difficult. Where we're playing with nothing really at stake, and it was difficult for the group, not for the staff, but for some players in the group, and I think it felt it on the field, and that's why we didn't succeed in those 2 games.
You wrapped up the inaugural season November 1st with a 1-1 draw against the Fort Lauderdale Strikers. With that all said and done, what were your overall thoughts on your first season as head coach of Fury FC?
I'm disappointed in the fact I think we could have had better results. I think of the 14 losses we had, 11 were by 1 goal difference. And when I come back by those 1 goal difference, it's little things that we could have controlled. I think that the loss here at TD Place against New York 1-0, it's a game that we created 3 times more opportunities than New York. New York had never been in a situation where an opponent creates so much against them. And we were able to create and we didn't score. You know, we lose against Minnesota home with that 97th minute goal where we could have done better. And when you go and watch the games we lose by 1 goal, we say, my God, we could have had so many more points. So I'm disappointed a little bit where we are, where we finished in the standings and our points. But when I look at the core of the group we have, when I look at now that we have a house and a stadium, when I look at the building of everything and what we could become, our foundations are very good. I'm proud of what we built for a team that today still doesn't have 1 year of existence. Played the first season in the NASL, played our first Amway, so we still have so much in front of us.
Thanks, Marc.
Thank you very much.